So, you want to know the real secret to hitting a $250,000 salary as a cloud engineer by 2025? Let me tell you what it's not. It's not about collecting endless certifications like their Pokemon cards. It's not about mindlessly spamming your resume to 100 jobs a day. And it is definitely not about getting lucky. Trust me, I know. I was on that exact same hamster wheel. I was stuck in the certification trap, thinking if I just got one more, the AWS Solutions Architect, then the DevOps Pro, then the Security Specialty, recruiters would magically start breaking down my door with $250,000 offers. But crickets. My salary barely moved, and I was getting seriously frustrated, feeling like I was doing everything right, but seeing none of the rewards. It wasn't until I stumbled upon a specific 3-pillar blueprint that everything clicked. It was a total shift in my mindset and my strategy. I stopped just chasing skills and started building strategic value. In this video, I'm handing you that exact roadmap. This is the blueprint that took me, and many people I've mentored, from feeling stuck and underpaid to landing multiple six-figure incomes. I'm going to break down the exact steps, from the specializations that companies are desperate for, to the negotiation scripts that will get you paid what you're really worth. This isn't theory. This is a real-world, data-backed battle plan. If you're serious about hitting that $250,000 goal, your mission starts now. First, let's get one thing straight. A $250,000 salary for a cloud engineer isn't some fantasy. It's real. It's happening right now. But you have to understand who is earning this and why. This isn't an entry-level salary. The average cloud engineer in the US makes a fantastic living, with mid to senior roles typically falling between $122,000 and $137,000. That's great money, but it's not our target. The $250,000 mark is for the specialists, the architects, and the principal-level engineers who have built a very specific and highly valuable set of skills. We're talking about the top 5 to 10% of talent. Of course, location matters. In a major tech hub like San Francisco, senior engineer salaries can push towards the $198,000 mark, while top-tier senior cloud architects in the same area can see average total compensation packages of $276,032. But let's be clear, some of the wild numbers you see online, like salaries over $600,000, are extreme outliers and usually involve massive equity payouts at a top tech firm. That's not the norm. Even top-tier remote roles are now commanding salaries that can approach $200,000 or more for the right specialization. What this data tells us is that while the average engineer isn't hitting this number, the opportunity is huge for those who strategically position themselves at the top. The gap between a $130,000 engineer and a $250,000 engineer isn't just years of experience, it's the type of experience. It's about evolving from a generalist who manages cloud resources into a specialist who solves critical, high-stakes business problems. That's the mindset shift. You're not just an IT pro, you're a strategic business asset. The rest of this video is about how to become that asset. Okay, this is the heart of the video, the 3-pillar blueprint. If you follow this, you will fundamentally change your career path. Forget just learning services. We're building a high-income career system. The first pillar is to move beyond the basics and into an elite-tier specialization. Every junior cloud engineer knows EC2 and S3. That's the baseline. To command a premium salary, you need to be an expert in the areas that companies are desperate for. In 2025, 3 domains are absolute gold mines: cloud security, advanced DevOps and Kubernetes, and multi-cloud architecture. Let's start with cloud security. With data breaches costing companies millions, a top-tier cloud security engineer is worth their weight in gold. Average salaries for these roles are already around $152,000, with top earners easily clearing $205,000. To get there, you need to go deep. Master identity management, secure network design, compliance frameworks like SOC 2, and cloud-native threat detection. The certs that really validate this are the Certified Information Systems Security Professional, CISSP, and the AWS Certified Security Specialty. Next up, advanced DevOps and Kubernetes. Modern DevOps is all about building scalable, automated systems, and the king of that world is Kubernetes. Engineers with deep Kubernetes skills are in such high demand that expertise in this area can boost a salary by 20 to 30%. To specialize here, you master infrastructure as code with Terraform, become a container pro with Docker, and of course, achieve mastery of Kubernetes. The gold standard certification is the Certified Kubernetes Administrator, CKA. Finally, multicloud and hybrid cloud architecture. Well over 70% of companies now use multiple clouds. They don't want to be locked into just AWS, Azure, or GCP. This creates a massive need for architects who can build and manage applications that span different environments. This is a true architect-level skill. You need to know how to bridge networks, manage identities across platforms, and make data flow seamlessly. Roles like Cloud Solutions Architect are among the highest paid, often exceeding $230,000 for top specialists. The key certs here are the professional-level architect certs from each major cloud provider. The takeaway is simple. Pick one of these high-value streams and become the go-to expert that companies hunt down to solve their most painful problems. I get it. Choosing a specialization is a huge decision. If you're not sure which path is right for you, I've put together a free one-page guide called the High Income Specialization Matrix. It breaks down the pros, cons, average salaries, and the top skills to learn for each of these paths in 2025. The link is right there in the description. It's the perfect sidekick for this video, so go grab it. Having elite skills is only half the battle. The other half is proving you have them. This pillar is all about making your value so undeniable that a $250,000 salary becomes a logical next step, not a hopeful wish. This starts with what I call the impact-driven portfolio. Stop just listing technologies on your resume. Nobody cares that you know Terraform. They care about what you did with it. Reframe every accomplishment in terms of business impact. Instead of saying, use Terraform to manage infrastructure, try this. Engineered and deployed a full infrastructure as code solution using Terraform, automating server provisioning. This slashed deployment times from 4 hours to just 15 minutes and cut cloud waste by 20%, saving the company an estimated $75,000 a year. See the difference? The second one tells a story of value. It has metrics. It shows a direct impact on the bottom line. It proves you think like a business partner, not just a techie. Go back through your last 2 years of work and find 3 to 5 of these impact stories. Quantify everything. Did you improve performance? By how much? Did you cut costs? By what percentage? This is your ammunition for your resume, interviews, and salary talks. Next, you need to build authority and visibility. The highest paid engineers often don't look for jobs. Jobs find them. You can do this by building a reputation. Start a technical blog and write a detailed post that solves a real, painful problem in your niche, like a definitive guide to securing serverless applications on AWS. Contribute to open source projects on GitHub. You don't have to be a coding genius. Start by improving documentation, fixing small bugs, or adding a minor feature. It shows initiative and practical skill. Finally, think about speaking at a local tech meetup or even submitting a talk to a conference. When you build this public portfolio of expertise, you're no longer just another resume. You're a recognized expert, and that is incredibly valuable. This is where you turn your value into actual dollars. So many brilliant engineers leave tens of thousands on the table because they're scared to negotiate. Let's fix that with a simple 4-step playbook. Step A, the golden rule. Never ever be the first one to name a number. When a recruiter asks, "So, what are your salary expectations?" you politely deflect. Say something like, "I'm really focused on finding the right fit, and I'm confident that if this role is the perfect match, we can agree on a compensation package that's fair and competitive for the value I bring." This forces them to anchor the negotiation first. Step B, the data-driven counter. Once you get a written offer, it's time to counter. This is where you use your research. Use sites like levels.fyi, Built-in, and Glassdoor to find real-world salary data for your exact role, specialization, and location. You frame your counter based on that data. You can say, "Thank you so much for the offer. I'm very excited about this opportunity. Based on my research for a senior cloud security engineer with a CISSP in this market, and considering my experience on projects that saved my previous employer over 6 figures, the market rate is typically in the $240,000 to $260,000 range. I'd be thrilled to move forward at $255,000. You're not just asking for more money, you're presenting a logical case for your worth. Step C. Negotiate the whole package. Total compensation is more than just the base salary. If they won't budge on the base, pivot. Ask about the annual bonus. Is that target percentage negotiable? What about a sign-on bonus? And the initial stock grant be increased? What's the budget for professional development? All of these things add up. Step D. The power of leverage. The most powerful position in a negotiation is being willing to walk away. And the best way to do that is to have competing offers. Try to line up your final round interviews with multiple companies around the same time. Having another offer in your back pocket gives you incredible leverage to get the company you really want to work for to sweeten their deal. Mastering this can realistically add 10 to 20% to your initial offer. For a $200,000 offer, that's an extra $20,000 to $40,000 a year from one 15-minute conversation. Section 3. Putting it all together. A real-world timeline. Okay, we've covered the pillars, but what does this actually look like? Here's a realistic timeline to hit $250K by the end of 2025. This is your deep work phase. First, pick your elite specialization: security, DevOps, or multicloud. For the next 6 months, commit to becoming a real expert. That means hands-on projects, not just theory. If you pick security, build a fully secure, multi-layered cloud environment from scratch. If you pick DevOps, build a complex CI/CD pipeline that deploys a containerized app to Kubernetes. Your goal by the end of this year is to earn at least one pro-level or advanced specialty certification, like the CKA or AWS Certified DevOps Engineer Professional. While you're at it, start documenting those impact-driven wins at your current job. Now that you have the skills, it's time to build the proof. Take one of those big projects from Phase 1 and create a detailed write-up for your portfolio. Write 2 or 3 in-depth blog posts on advanced topics in your niche, and post them on LinkedIn or Medium. Polish your resume until every bullet point screams business impact. Start letting your network know you'll be exploring new roles later in the year. The goal here is to build your brand and your negotiation ammo before you even apply to a single job. It's go time. Start selectively applying. Don't spam. Target senior, lead, or architect roles at companies you know pay top dollar. Use the salary data. Look for companies in major tech hubs or those known for great remote pay. When you land interviews, you'll be ready with your impact stories. You'll talk strategy, not just services. And when the offers roll in, you'll execute the negotiation playbook to perfection. You'll anchor high, use data to justify your worth, and negotiate the entire package to hit that $250,000 target. And there you have it, the complete blueprint to hitting a $250,000 salary as a cloud engineer by 2025. It's not magic. It's a strategy built on 3 pillars: elite specialization, irrefutable value, and masterful negotiation. This path takes focus and a real shift in how you see your career. You have to stop thinking like an employee who just collects skills and start acting like a high-value consultant who solves expensive business problems. The demand is there, the salaries are real, and the opportunity is waiting. That $250,000 number isn't just a dream, it's a target, and now you have the map. If you found this roadmap helpful, you're going to love my deep dive on the top 5 cloud architecture mistakes that cost companies millions. I break down real-world screw-ups you can learn from to to make yourself an even better architect. Click the video on the screen to watch it now. And make sure you subscribe, because we're going even deeper in the coming weeks. Thanks for watching, and let's go get paid.